Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this WWE Superstar Figures that Mattel will never make video. This is a video all about those wrestlers that still haven't had Mattel figures and probably never will. Obviously there's many different reasons as to why. A lot of the reasons are quite sensitive. I am going to treat it with the respect that it deserves, and actually it's a video I wasn't even going to make. I've just been asked quite a few times in recent weeks and months as to why Mattel haven't made such and such, why they haven't made such and such, and so I thought that we would just do this video and then that would hopefully explain all. So the first superstar we're going to look at is Sabu. Now, Sabu was a massive star for ECW, but obviously not used that much by WWE, so he wouldn't be near the top of the list for a figure. But I think he certainly would have had a figure if he hadn't fallen out with WWE management. Sabu was part of that lawsuit, that concussion lawsuit. There was 51 people named in that lawsuit, with people like King Kong Bundy, Demolition, you know, people along those lines, a lot of old school wrestlers, and Sabu was one of those named. So I think any one of those 51 superstars that have attempted to sue WWE probably aren't high on the list for figures. Never say never, though. Obviously, when it comes to making money, Vince McMahon tends to forgive and forget. But it might be a while. Unless Mattel do like an ECW Originals line, it might be a while till we see a Sabu figure. Next up, I've got Chyna. Chyna, the 9th wonder of the world. Should have gone into the Hall of Fame a long time ago. I don't expect a figure though. Obviously Chyna, who was seeing Triple H, had a bitter breakup with him. Stephanie McMahon was involved. It's all very messy. She went on to do some non-PG projects as well. And so as a result, I just don't see an action figure of Chyna coming out anytime soon. Same could be said with Sunny. The only difference is that Sunny actually went into the WWE Hall of Fame. She is still a Hall of Famer. But as I said, after that she partook in some non-PG projects. She's even been arrested and gone to prison. Her life really has taken a turn for the worse, and as a result I wouldn't expect a Sunny figure either. Next, we've probably got the hardest one to talk about, and that is Chris Benoit. One of the biggest names in wrestling in the early 2000s. Really had the world at his feet. And then obviously there was the tragic incident that happened at his family home, and as a result he is not spoken of since. I also wouldn't expect a figure, don't want a figure. Really, not only was it the end of his career, it was the end of his legacy. I just wouldn't expect anything to do with Chris Benoit in the future. Next up, we got Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner, who is very vocal about his hatred for WWE. He returned to WWE after a long time away and was put in a feud with Triple H. He feels like he was buried in that feud, not given the opportunities that he deserved, and so he is very vocal about how Triple H and Stephanie McMahon are running that company into the ground. Things are very bitter from Scott Steiner towards WWE, and so there will not be any Scott Steiner figures anytime soon. Next up, we've got Bruiser Brody, and Bruiser Brody was attacked in a locker room and sadly passed away. He wasn't a very popular wrestler either amongst his contemporaries, and that darkness and mystery that surrounded his life and death are largely the reasons as to why you're never going to get a Bruiser Brody Mattel figure. Next, we've got Nailz. Nailz was very angry about the amount of money, or little amount of money, that he was receiving for his performances, that he actually attacked Vince McMahon backstage. and then after that sued Vince McMahon, sued the WWE for wrongful dismissal and various other reasons, and so really fell out of favour with the company. There was a Nailz Hasbro figure that obviously was produced before this happened, but that's why there's never been a Nailz Mattel figure. Final name on this list is Owen Hart, an absolute legend, and his widow is very bitter towards WWE because obviously Owen sadly passed away at a WWE pay-per-view show, and his widow blames WWE for that. They really do want to honour Owen, and I really believe they would put him into the Hall of Fame if she would allow it. I'm not sure they're desperate to make a figure. I'm not sure really that's how they want to honour Owen Hart, but a Hall of Fame induction, just it has to happen at some point, but obviously it's down to her to give the permission. But yeah, as I said, I wouldn't expect a figure even if he went into the Hall of Fame. I just don't think that's high on the priority list, and sadly Owen Hart is not a superstar it looks like we'll be able to add to our shelves anytime soon. So there you go, guys. There's 8 names of people that I just don't think will be getting Mattel figures anytime soon. As I said, there's another 45 or so that were in that lawsuit, that concussion lawsuit. I'm pretty sure you could add all of those to this list as well. Really, superstars have to be under contract with WWE in order for them to have a Mattel figure made. So sometimes it's nice to go, oh, they should make such and such, or they should make such and such. But unless they're under contract, it's never going to happen. So there's quite a few stumbling blocks as to how you actually get a Mattel figure made. I think if they're on the roster at the moment, then there's a fantastic chance that they will get a figure. But if you want to go back in time and talk about some of those older legends, then, you know, that's when it starts to get a little bit more hit and miss. Awesome, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's explained a few things. If you did, please give it a like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.